Carlos immediately coming out, taking the center of the cage. Heavy shots, and Isnaurys ducking under, looking for the takedown.
Well, another very high-level international wrestler here. And you can see that straight out of the gate. His quickness when he went to defend that takedown was just incredible. But see, this is what a lot of these wrestlers fall into as they transition over. They get those takedowns, but they're used to taking down into what's basically a closed guard position, and then they struggle to pass.
Yeah, and he really needs to start posturing up here and start landing some strikes.
100%.
And wrestlers have such a strong base that makes ground and pound really tough to deal with. But as you mentioned, they have to be able to get to that position to where they can start landing those shots. But Carlos doing a great job at getting back to his feet.
Looking for that mat return. There it is.
Beautiful throw there.
Great throw. Just did such a great job of getting that body lock with his hands, getting that nice tight grip and bringing him back over the top.
And landing some heavy shots too.
100%. That's a good position to be in for him right there. And that's a very dangerous position to be in with a wrestler right there. And now he's got that trap, that half Nelson type look. And it looked like he was trying to use that to get to the back and open up the neck.
And Isnaurys landing some nice shots here. Carlos really hasn't had an answer for these shots or for the wrestling, and he's in trouble. He's got to move because the ref will step in and stop this.
Well, yeah, I can assure you this is not where Reyes wants to be. Is up against the cage against a world-class wrestler.
Beautiful throw again. Ten seconds to go.
10 seconds. It looks like Porras is going to get out of this round.
Complete domination by Isnaurys Reyes there in the grappling exchanges.
Absolutely. I think, you know, as we talked about before, these wrestlers are just, it's such a dominant skill when you're very good at it. And when you're on a world-class level like Reyes is, that's going to be a tall order for anyone.
And if you're Carlos Perez' coach, what are you telling him in between rounds that he needs to do to mix this up a little bit?
We're going to stick and move. You don't want to let Reyes trap you on the inside. I think what Porras showed is he kind of overcommitted initially, and that's where Reyes took that scramble and was able to get him onto the ground, and then he wasn't really able to recover from that. You know, so if I'm Porras, I'm going to try to stay on the outside, touch him up as much as I can, but get back out and don't give him a chance to create a clinch or any type of grappling exchange.
Well, if you want to see more highlights like that of Bailey, the pay-per-view king, joining us cage side, then you need to download the Peak Fighting app, available on Roku, the Google Play Store, and Apple iTunes stores everywhere. And again, with the grappling exchanges, Isnaurys gets the takedown. 3 minutes to go in this second round. Not where Carlos wants to be.
And the issue is as well is Carlos could potentially have been looking at a 10-8 first round. You know, we don't know, but based on the control time, it is possible.
Isnaurys steps over into full mount. Looking to posture up here and land some shots.
Yeah.
Carlos rolling over. Got the half Nelson again. Well, Carlos doing a good job at scrambling back to his feet.
Oh, that's very good.
but not going to be enough as Reyes continues to maintain control.
Porras is smart, though. He's moving very well. He's trying sit-outs. He's trying to get out through his back. He's doing all the right things. He just is struggling to get that separation once he gets free.
Well, and that's just how experienced Reyes is, because with that high-level wrestling, you know it's not the first or the second scramble. It's the third, fourth, fifth scramble where these guys maintain that dominant position.
The chain wrestling, right? And the ability to link it together and switch up your takedowns. We saw Reyes use 2-3 different takedowns to finally get him to the mat. And his ability to chain all those together is just very impressive. He's trying to get, Porras trying to get to the cage to see if he can use that turn into the cage to break that grip. But the problem is if he can't, he's going to lodge himself against the fence.
Well, and it's discouraging. You know, if you're Carlos, this is a discouraging position to be in, and he's got to get out of it. Doing a great job here at creating some space.
Right now. Oh, and he's got the triangle. Looking for the triangle. He's got to grab his shin. He has to grab his shin and rotate.
That cage is making it hard for him to get the separation and the rotation that he needs.
He can't get the angle, but he does have that arm free. He's got the head buried. He's got to sit up and rotate. Oh, and it looks like this.
15 seconds to go.
And his legs are just about broken. It's pretty loose now. It's pretty loose at this point.
And he's out.
But now he's transitioned to the arm bar.
Got the arm bar.
He's got the arm bar. Oh.
Wow. Phenomenal display of heart there by Carlos, but just not enough because Reyes was landing some vicious strikes, even in those dangerous positions that he ended up in.
Yeah, and I think that's what we talked about a little bit earlier on the broadcast, where we said some of these high-level wrestlers, now that jiu-jitsu's involved, now that striking's involved, some of these positions they get themselves into aren't the best. And I think that was an example there. And again, Reyes is doing a phenomenal job of controlling this fight, chaining all of his tools together, but Porras is doing a great job of finding those openings when they're there and throwing straight into that triangle and then transitioning into that armbar once he lost it was very, very high level.
Well, third and final round is almost upon us. At this time, we'll give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, Evermore, the official water of the PFC.
Delicious.
Natural artesian water. Third and final round, Carlos Porras, Isnaurys Reyes. Anybody's fight. Co-main event on our early prelim card.
I think Porras is going to need a finish here, and this is smart by Reyes. Because he knows it. He probably has round 1 and 2 banked. Porras needs to get a finish, and it's going to be tough if Reyes can take control from the jump.
And this is absolutely the most discouraging thing that could have happened to Carlos early in this round.
Oh, it just feels like you're in quicksand.
When Reyes' top pressure is unlike anyone in the bantamweight division.
Not even close, you know? And again, Reyes
Reyes got for that armbar again.
He's got it. Oh.
Reyes is just too skilled, though, man.
He's skilled and he's tough. He's like, I'll let my arm extend a little bit. I'll just punch out of it, you know? And again, Porras is not out of this fight. He's shown that he has the ability to catch him in some unique submissions when given the opportunity. See, and this is what Reyes needs to watch out for, is getting too far extended like he is right now, because this is going to open you up to sweeps. It's going to open you up to different arm traps.
Well, and Carlos can't just lay here. He's got to create some space.
He needs to work he needs to either work to advance or he needs to try to do some damage from that top position. And Porras is trying to sneak out the back so he can get his feet in and base out.
But Carlos is just trying to hope and wait for a submission opportunity, but it's gonna be so hard on a guy like Reyes, especially with only a minute to go in the third round, when these guys are sweaty, they're tired.
And it's just tough because Reyes is so tough and he's so good with that up pressure. Anytime Porras even starts to get his frames in to try to get away, he's getting hit with ground and pound shots.
"25 seconds to go, third and final round. Carlos Porras, Isnaurys Reyes on the cups of our early prelim main event.
There we go. That's
Reyes
what we want to
looking
see.
for a finish.
Reyes trying to get that finish, trying to empty the tank a little bit here.
What a way to put a stamp on the end of that fight.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some 10-8 rounds there.
Yeah, it was completely one-sided dominance by Isnaurys Reyes. There's no question about it. How the judges scored it, who knows? But I can't imagine it being any other way than a 30-27 or possibly
30-26 even. You know, I think there's a strong case for the third round to be a 10-8. There's a partial case for the first round to potentially be a 10-8. But again, Reyes' wrestling looked phenomenal. The only issue, we didn't get to see a whole lot of any of his tools. We know he can wrestle.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And so it'll be interesting to see, you know, when he's in a position where he's going to strike a little bit more and things like that, to see what some of those other tools look like.
And as we await the official decision, if you haven't already, be sure to tell your friends and family to download the PFC Peak Fighting app, the Peak Pass. And with that, here is the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 3 rounds, our judges at gate side are all in agreement at 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Isnaurys Reyes.